Uh, some critics have been saying that your candidacy has been driven more by ambition rather than political and economic complexities. How can you respond on that?
By the way, that's a very nice question. But I want to reflect on this. That any ambition without substance is basically and simply noise.
Yes.
You know, you can't have the ambition without a substance. You're wasting time. But any ambition that is backed up with research, policy work, consultation is basically and straight a driving force for the national transformation. So to all Ugandans, or to all those people who have that perception basing on ambitions, I want to assure you that my ambition is backed up with research. I first made research before I came into this. I first made consultations from people who are above me, because you know, leadership or politics is something you cannot just come out of maybe bed and just come out. No. You have to first make research. Before you come out, so because me, I'm not a ruler, I'm a leader. And basically, I'm a leader who has come to usher out my qualities and my vision to Uganda so that I can solve their problems. So basically, I first made research, integrated to Uganda, I don't have maybe personal ambitions who have come to maybe make money, no. I've come to rescue my country.
Mr. Kasaijja, as you talk about research on people above you, what do you mean? Do you mean experienced ones, or those who are experienced in leadership, the elder one, or what can you explain about it?
Research, basically, I mean, because me, I'm a president. I'm coming in as a president, and I want to assure the nation that I'm going to be the president. So, research, I researched about what other presidents have done for their countries to maybe develop it. For example, there's this policy of blueprint. Uganda, by the way, Uganda has no blueprint, but other countries have a blueprint. What do I mean by a blueprint? I mean that in the projection, maybe in the next 30 years, Uganda will be like this. You know, you never get a major. Other countries like Rwanda. Rwanda has a blueprint showing that next 30 years Rwanda will look like this. So that is also some research I did. And also I made consultations from bigger leaders. Because by the way, I'm a person who has moved the nation, in fact the whole world. I've moved to different countries and I've seen different developments that are really lacking in our country. So I have to come in and install such developments in our country. And how? Through being a president, because I have to possess those powers of implementing such developments. Yes.
Thank you so much. In this Uganda, you have seen that politics has been engaged by 8 people, and those who believe that they are very experienced in politics. And we see that young generation, they are trying to prove themselves, their capability. So, can you explain to us how bold can you explain about the aged and experienced politicians?
Yeah, thank you so much for that wonderful question. By the way, about experience, I want to tell the nation and maybe fellow Ugandans that our country has experienced maybe we are under a leadership that is unexperienced. Because you cannot tell me that we are under unexperienced leadership when we are facing problems like corruption, unemployment, poor health, poor infrastructure, agricultural problems, and you tell me that we are under unexperienced leadership. That is no way. Poor governance. So that eventually means and reflects that we have not yet seen unexperienced leadership in our country. Because first of all, even our generation right now, majority are 2000 people, 2000s, born in 2000s. and our president, our grandfather has been there until now. So we've not seen any change. So basically, experience, they say experience is the best teacher. Experience is doing a lot of maybe activities and you gain the experience. But then now we are under one leadership. We've not yet seen any changes. So what do I mean in that? I've come out as the experienced youth.
Okay.
Uganda is bagenda kunda bidako tikati zalese chuka atenga more experience again.
Okay, thank you. But when you talk about change, do you need change or you need power?
Basically, power and changes are very different. They're different things. I myself, I need nothing.
Okay.
But what I need is lead Uganda to the next level, or visionarizing Uganda's ideas to a next level. Because power, if I need power, that is our president is in power. But he's doing nothing. What he has done, I want to appreciate that what he has done, he has done. But then you have to come add up what he has done. Because bagamba nti obukadde magezi.
Yeah.
But then obukadde wali obutuuka nga tokyalowooza. That's why President Wafayina advisors bangi. Ate those advisors ezo zonna sente kati ze maazi ze byonna nsobola bikwasaganya because fresh minds kyengera byonna nsobola bikubakubawo waliwo nona ne buteekateekawo nga sifunye advisor yega. I can advise myself and the whole country. Basically, maybe I can get a few advisors on basic things, but not everything, So kachiba kitegeeza kinti jjajja waffe obwongo bukakanyemu kati kyetaaga ffe tujje wakina stepping aside alabe abazzukulu be ekitegeera nga bapushinga ekintu. In fact, even I can make Museveni my advisor because I know knowledge. But problem with you, so I can make him my advisor. Yes. So good journey, my Chetukola, Chamonio. Tula wali bakwe benefits so. Bakwe motoka bakulekere buli kimu. Ne Uganda soko. Useki. Gobera homo bako advice.
Okay. Kasaijja Wycliffe. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. So, can you walk on and talk about your three policies of priorities? Like, as you're coming as an aspiring president, can you talk about the three priorities that you have?
Yeah, number one, I'll look at job creation. Job creation, basically, I'll look at agro-industrialization. Agro-industrialization meaning our base and boost on agriculture. By the way, agriculture contributes the highest percentage in Uganda. But then, why is it boosted? If you look at the incomes coming from agriculture, if we are reflecting past the past statements, right now agriculture is declining. Why? People are not investing in agriculture. So the government has to come out. In my leadership, have to bring in more seeds, creating more industries. For example, now we look at critical areas. I thank the government by the it installed up a coffee plant in that western side in Washimiri. Yeah, they constructed a coffee plant. It was a very nice idea. Right? That means they are boosted in coffee. So agriculture, we have a lot of cash crops. We have a lot of food crops that we have to boost. For example, cattle. Look at cattle areas. We have Karamoja, which means if you get a cattle plant or factory or farm that I can boost on Karamoja cattle, which means Karamoja is so developing among. Negative over Karamoja Babareka, Badieyo, they are suffering. So we have to look at that. The western side in Barara, they have cattle. How katika government will value because it here. I know by the way. The major thing that is disturbing our government over the country is allowing in poor investors.
Yes.
By poor investors, I mean you cannot come out as a government. You're allowing an investor who has a working capital that is below 10 billion. What is that? Okirizotya investor avudde ebweru azokolera mu Uganda ayina 300 million. is bringing unfair competition with Ugandans. Later investor like now working capital that is above 10 billion atekewo a 10 billion project again employing other Ugandans. Kati wegenda mu kikuubo. Here in Uganda just genda mu kikuubo olabe. Abayindi bali mutunda masuuka n'Abanyuganda batunda masuuka. Kati paka Abanyuganda bafuniremu wa. Okyegera. Bw'obanga oli muzungu oli muyindi. The only gateway to come to Uganda. So kutulage working capital nti ejiwa bulungi. We allow in our country. Sikujjali nawo kututeekako okitegeera. That's why. Another thing, I have to look at education. Omanyi kati nze omuntu asomedde by the way in some poor school.
Yeah.
My primary I started from Busia Primary School. It's in Busia district.
Busia district.
Yes. So I started from. But let me tell you something. Lyosomero lyokka musoma computer naye nga temugikwatako.
Yes.
Musoma science naye temulabako zi apparatus zi chemicals teri naye muli zisoma. Kati ngamba omwana oli musomesa ki? And it's a government school.
Yes.
So ebintu byonna binnuma nga muna Uganda ninovaayo soke mbikwasaganya ebitereezi. Okimanyi nti government schools temuli somero lya kindergarten erya government gyeriri olingambe teririyo. Why? Ekitegeeza nti kati bano abaana abatono kids tetubafavorize whereby that's why olaba nnyo abaana okutandika osoma banagera mu P2 P5 okusoma omwana okuze naye tatamanyi na byasoma. So kati kitegeeza ki tulina tuteekawo n'ezo kindergarten eza government abaana bafacilitating tulina facilitating abasomesa ba kindergarten by the way they do a lot of work. They care about the kids babanywesa babatwala for everything. So have to care about them to have facilitation alone. Another thing, improve on our PDF forces. Security forces, they have to be improved, especially facilities, accommodation facilities. Police posts. Juze yakalanga yatwalibwa amazzi. Gwali muyega tsunami. Byatwala swi. Kati ongambojaji. And those are government things, they are not private. Kati abasirikale baffe banabeera batya mu mbeera ennungi nga bayisibwa bubi. So have to work on that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much about those policies that you are looking upon to work on them. As we come and look upon unemployment, it's a ticking bomb that has emerged in our country. What are the solutions that you can put across on this crisis?
Thank you so much for that question. Ngasina kiddawo yakunyonyola bana Uganda nti ekizibu ekitawaanya bana Uganda is not basically unemployment because majority of Ugandans are working by the way. Oba akola mulimu ki, oba avuga boda, oba atunda manda, oba afumba chapati, oba atunda maji, at least they are working. But ekibatawaanya nti emirimu gye bakola tebagifunamu. Okitegeera? That's why they say, okay, they call that unemployment. At least they are all working. Osangolinga ayera kubo akola biki, at least they are working.
Yes.
But tebali gifunamu. Why tebali gifunamu? Systems ze babateerako mbi nnyo. Tosangamba nti no omusolo tuliko 18%. Kakugambe n'ekintu ekirala. Ebintu ebimu byandibadde nga birina free n'awakati. Like water amazzi gandibadde free. Because tulina ennyanja nyingi. Omuntu yandibadde nga asasula service fee. Ekitegeera, and also installation fee. Nti bazikuutira mu mazzi kasasule. Naye enkozesa y'amazzi balina bba yabwereere mu Uganda. Look at electricity. Households have to be using free electricity. Then tutunulire ku factories, maybe factories basasule because they use a lot of megawatts for electricity. Look at this household just lighting, bulb, TV, fridge. Balina banga just basula service fee. Amasanyalaze gagenze ekitegeera. So kati kikyengezako leeta. Naye byonna byebanga to be making the free. Ogenda sanga employment system rising. Jawa sente zigenda kweyongera, bateekewo more projects. Ne investors bagenda kujja, bateekewo more projects. Basically, I want to talk about taxing. Uganda, we are having a lot of high taxes. You cannot tell me that 18%. like serious 18%. Ozimanyi ogenda ebweru n'ogula emmotoka yo ku miliyoni emmotoka nga ya bbeeyi nnyo miliyoni 10 eva eri otuuka muno ng'oli miliyoni 100 oba miliyoni nga 8. Like serious was that. So employment basically olina okubeerawo. So strategies to that. Number one, tulina sensitizing abavubuka abaffe, my fellow youth. Tulina basomesa ebintu ebipya. For example, omanyi nze njala nnyo believing mu digital world. I'm a digital person. Digital world tulina ekintu kye tuyita e-commerce. E-commerce, this is whereby we buy goods online. Toyina warehouse, toyina maybe transport, toyina ki naye okozesa simu yo no ordering ebintu nebijja nawe nokola ki n'obitunda. That's the quickest way of employing youth in Uganda nga tebateeseemu nnyo. So kitegeeza ki abavubuka abasinga tebabimanyi. We have to install that system in schools babasomese. Ekirala tulina okendeeza emisolo mu factories so that bananyini ma factories basasula abavubuka abaffe bulungi. Omanyi kati emisolo wegubeera waggulu nga gwe nanyini factory ofuna sente maybe tugambe nti 18 million profit. Ogenda sanga oli ogenda sasulako omusolo gwa maybe 18 million osinaze 10 kale ate osasula abakozi osanga nga tokyasiga. So olina kunyigiriza abakozi kiteki. So omusolo ogwa gukendedde eventually means abavubuka bagenda kufuna. So basically those are the best areas.
Alright, thank you so much for good response. Anyway, we are seeing in this Uganda corruption. People are trying to fight corruption, the government is trying to fight corruption, but we are seeing that it's not that versatile. So how do you come in and bring, when you come into power, or for example, you are coming as a president? So how do you see
So that issue of corruption is the deadly disease Uganda is facing right now. Ekyo ekizibu ekyo ne gavumenti yokka yeeremeredde okulwanyisa corruption. Tekitegeeza nti corruption tetusobola girwanyisa because we have countries that have fought corruption. There is no total zero corruption, and you can also do it here in Uganda. Number one, we have to introduce there's a system called the National Bounty Law. National Bounty Law is a system whereby we will send any corrupt victim or corrupt official or general mutulo offices. And also officers are corrupt. So that, what does it mean? You report that person to the high courts.
Yes.
Kati oyo omuntu bw'obanga oze n'omutulopera atono yakoze corruption tukuwaako 50% of what he has corrupted on, or the item he has corrupted on. Bw'obanga akorruptinzeko like 10 million tukuwaako 5. Ekitegeera nga zizo bwamuleese ekitegeera. Number 2, tulina okuteekawo amateeka nga gakola si byokwogera bwogezi. By the my regime is going to be a serious regime. I tell Ugandans are going to love me because it's again about very serious what I'm doing. But to what any corrupt official? It's okay that there are office. Maybe there are big no jokeries. You know, you don't jump money to more day chance. Which chance? You're kidding others.
Yeah.
And also another thing, rewarding whistlers. Whistlers we bano abakugamba entya kati nga mu district muno mulimu, for example in Busia district, that is the border where a lot of imports come in from. So whistlers we bano nti URA bekozesa ne bagende ne balaba bano basmuggle then bagende balaba nti bali smuggle and nafa tugenda bafu but kweli kuba corrupt officials but government wali mu office wali corrupt official kati oyo musola tumuwayo tumutemerayo tumuwayo. So kati bana we ekyo kachoka kigenda kwongeza emirimu bana Uganda abamu bagenda baba whistlers abamu bagende nga batulopera nga bali busy. So ekyo kigenda kuva, that is something small.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Your candidacy is unprecedented. I hear your candidacy is unprecedented. So who funds your campaigns? Who funds your campaigns, and how transparent is your financial banking?
By the way, most Ugandan thing, government is saying this. But some people tell me that, and I just laugh it off. But I want to tell the nation and all Ugandans that I'm funded by ordinary Ugandans who believe in change. Which take you? Do you believe in change?
Do you believe in change?
Do you believe in change?
Yeah.
So you have to fund me. It's going to be one of my funders. So those are the people who fund me. If you believe in change, you will buy a yeah, I don't have the main source of money on the image. Anyone who believes in change, I'm passing.
So which means you people don't fund you?
Yes.
Anyone who believes in you?
In fact, the whole country is funding me.
Okay.
Everyone that believes in change is funding me.
Yes.
Unless you don't believe. If you don't believe in change, then don't fund me. But if you do, I'd rather to all you guys don't believe in change. Because anyone wants to say, we know baga, move with the you, but say,
yeah.
So come on, take a say that in which you tell me, hey, see that say. So that is it. Yeah, so to those people who think that government is funding me, no, that's a wrong perception. I'm not funded by any idea.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Kasaijja Wycliffe Kizza. You always tell people don't forget that third name.
Yes.
Yeah.
His Excellence.
His Excellence.
Because I'm the next president.
Mr. Kasaijja Wycliffe, His Excellency Kasaijja Wycliffe Kizza. Citizens of Uganda may want to hear the final words that you can tell them before we finalize our program.
Thank you so much, Mr. Isaac, for that wonderful question. Fellow Ugandans, fellow countrymates, fellow countrymen, fellow countrywomen, and fellow youth, I call upon all of you to join me in this journey. It's not an easy journey, but if we work hand in hand, we can achieve our dream. We can change our nation into something else. To those willing to be with me in this journey, you're most welcome. We can move together, and in anything, we can be together. I call upon all of you, don't lose hope, don't criticize Wycliffe basing on age and everything, but criticize Wycliffe basing on the knowledge that he will impact on our nation. So, thank you so much. Thank you.
We have come to the end of the show. Thank you for following Bukooli TV. You can follow us to many channels. You can follow us on TikTok. You can follow us on YouTube. You can follow us on Facebook. Bukooli TV, subscribe, comment your insights, and follow for more programs. Thank you so much.